Dramatic last quarter of the game. It was 0-0 till the 65th minute. That's why we love the game. 3-2, and then Joe, in the last seconds, it could have been 3-3 extraordinarily.
Extraordinary. He would have written himself in World Cup fault. That's the cheekiest of things to do. The goalkeeper, Diogo Costa, he just doesn't see him. And to slip at a vital moment, I'll just be interested in what his teammates are going to be saying to him when he gets in the dressing room. Diogo Costa,
I thought goalkeepers always looked over their shoulder.
Always lucky boy.
Very lucky. We've seen the best and the worst of Portugal tonight. Yeah. Look at Ronaldo's face. My goodness. Or else he's just had a call that Newcastle are in for him. Not sure. It's just unbelievable for such experienced players to be holding on at the end. Again, the good and the bad.
They weren't very professional, Portugal, tonight. I expected a lot more from them. I expected a lot more going forward, and I expect them to be a lot more solid in defence. I thought they were ordinary tonight.
Yeah, but they've got away with it. Let's have a look at the penalty decision, which gave Ronaldo a chance to make history. I think it probably depends if you love Ronaldo or you love Portugal, whether you think this is a penalty or not.
Sorry, Joe, I just think it's a penalty because when a defender is so clumsy, but we're watching it live and we're thinking, stay on your feet, don't give the referee a chance. There's contact. There's no need for him to go in there. Ronaldo's going away from the goal. There's no need.
Just come over and usher him away from the goal, the way the ball's going.
Is there enough contact really for a penalty?
Yes.
Yes.
It was self-inflicted.
I think the momentum he's running at, any kind of clip can
and
take you
Ronaldo's
up.
cuter in a bag of monkeys, isn't he? He knows it. He knows he's coming, and he knows there's going to be contact, and I'll make the most of it.
We saw Bale doing it the other night. You just wait for the defender and you pray that he gives you that chance.
When Ronaldo scored his first goal in the World Cup against Iran in 2006, 3 days later, Joe scored against Sweden in Cologne. That is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, well...
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, you're attached to history somewhere along the line.
Somewhere along the lines, a small part.
Yeah, small part. Is he with that gesticulation?
No, listen, he's obviously trying to cheer him up, I suppose, a little bit. But the keeper, he's got away with one. He's very lucky. And he's a young goalkeeper. You learn from these mistakes, but he's got away with it. I don't think he'll be doing it again soon. When
Ghana went behind, we wondered what they would have in an attacking sense, Joe, and they showed us they did have something, which I think is a bit of a frustration for some of them.
It must be frustrating for the Ghanaian supporters because they turned up, they got forward, they made runs in behind, then they carved open, which was a vulnerable Portugal back four at times. They've got Andre will never score an easy goal in his career. Credit to him, he's in the right position and he popped it away. It means so much to the captain. He's been there for many, many years. And you just must... Frustrated. They just played within themselves for such long periods in this game. And they probably had to at times. But maybe should have a little bit more attacking intent, a little bit more runners in behind. And they nearly pulled off an amazing result.
We wondered what that would do to the game, but actually it was Portugal who found another win.
Found another gear, a delightful pass from Bruno Fernandes. And Joe's man scores a fine goal, but with a lot of help from the goalie. Why has he come that far?
Yeah.
To come to the 6-yard line and stop. The defender's getting across there. It's just made it very easy for João Felix to score the goal.
He looks tiny, doesn't he? He looks so small.
Ziggy just sits down and says, there you go, just think me.
Because if he stays on the edge of his 6-yard box, the guy's going to have to Felix shoot really hard and well to beat him.
He's raced out. He's raced
made
out.
His mind up.
Yeah. And gone to ground.
We talked about Leao.
Yeah, brilliant. Very, very simple. Talking about runners. Ghana got a bit giddy, obviously we're chasing the game 2-1 down, and this lovely way to pass Fernandes, who wasn't actually great, 2 assists, lovely finish, lovely technique and beautiful goal.
Yeah, we was calling for him at half-time. That's exactly what they needed, didn't they? They needed penetration, they needed a dribbler. As soon as that, they looked a different proposition as well. They lit the whole game up. Having players who can go by players, it changes the game.
Portugal were not convincing tonight. They've got away with one. They weren't terribly attractive going forward. They weren't making lots of chances. They'll have to be better than that.
Strangely, as bad as they were, they've scored 3 goals.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Now, we want to have a look at what happened right at the end again, where Inaki Williams so nearly got the equaliser. We're sort of racking our brain. Dion Dublin did this. You played in a game with...
There's a few, yeah. Well,
Robbie Keane did it,
and
did he?
Robbie done it as well.
Yeah.
So that's... Striker's been obviously very, very clever. But the goalkeepers, as we know, you have to be aware of it. You see most goalkeepers at this stage, just look over their shoulders. They have a habit either side, and only for this slip.
He doesn't slip, he scores, doesn't he?
Oh, you'd never forgive him.
He's 23. He'll never do that again. He'll be looking over both shoulders from now on.
That face says 1,000 words, doesn't it? It really does.
Graham's right. He will never make that mistake again. He's got away with one tonight.
Portugal have got 3 points. Ghana, though, when they go into their next game, they must think, actually, if we can be a little bit more progressive from the start, maybe we could get greater joy.
Well, you know, also Addo's, he's got to pick the bones out of that performance, and the positives were, if you let these boys off the leash a little bit, there's enough in the team they could hurt Uruguay. We didn't see nothing from Uruguay or South Korea, which will frighten them to death.
This is no different to any other World Cup. Every team approaches the first game nervous about losing the first game. Ghana have got to find another way of playing in the second game and the third game.
Yeah. And as you say, from Portugal's point of view, not good, but 3 goals. In some ways, you'd settle for that because there's a lot more progress to come.
Lots of pluses. The attacking player, 2 attacking players scoring. Ronaldo scoring after a difficult few months. 3 goals, 3 points. On you go.
He's broken more records, Ronaldo. First man to score in 5 World Cups. So that's tonight. The big one tomorrow evening, England against the US.
The dust clears and the focus descends. It does so on one man. It is Cristiano Ronaldo.